first thing that you need is the daisy when you're solving a Rubik's Cube. But first, let's go over each kind of piece. So first off, there's an edge piece, like this one. It has two different types of colors. It has two colors on one piece. And there's corner pieces. They have three colors on each piece. And there's middle pieces. Middle pieces are extremely important because it tells you which side has to go around this one. And they only have one color. So first off, the first step to solving your first Rubik's Cube is to get the daisy. And no, it doesn't matter if you have any white corners, but when you're done, you should have something to look like this. So what you want to do is find the yellow side by finding the yellow center. Then look for any white edge. You have to move that in a certain way so that we get a petal of a daisy. So now look for another white edge. Get another one. Then you can look, but you kind of, there's not really a tutorial on how to get the daisy. It's kind of just do a set of turns so you can get to right here. So that's how you know that you'll be done, by just kind of continuously doing that. So eventually, when you have your daisy and everything, you want to get your white cross, which will look like this. It's all the white edges solved.
Are you gonna like show them how to get it?
Yeah, I'm about to. I'm just saying. Done. So pretty much, now not only do you need this cross, but also you need the other color of this edge to be lined up with this, with its center. So orange. So you have edges have two colors. It has yellow right next to the yellow side, and then orange is its secondary color. So you want to have orange below orange. So now you have that. And make it the same with all colors, and this is how you're gonna do it. So first off, look at your daisy. Choose any white edge. So as you can see, we have one right here. So align it up now with its center, so it's like kind of like this. You know how this looks? And then turn the face twice. Now you have one piece of the cross. You want to turn it so you find another aligned one. You can see that right here. Face it towards you and turn the front face twice. Look for another edge. Turn it so it's above its center, and then turn that face twice. Finally, after you do this a few times, you will have your white cross. Alright, step 2. No, it doesn't matter if you have any corners on your white cross at this point. Just don't mind it. We'll get to that later. There's no extra stuff. So first off, let's go over something called the right and left trigger. The right trigger is when you put the right face up, and then you do the right face up.
Should you teach them all
Right,
you?
The top face with your right index finger, then right face down. So practice it a few times. Right face up.
Wait, I did them an
Top.
example.
No, this is an example too. So it's right face up. Turn the top layer once with your right index finger, and right face down.
Can I show them?
There's
So one more time. You can barely see it.
So pretty much, then there's also the left trigger, which is just opposite. So it's left face up with your left index finger, then left face down. Left face up with your index finger, then down. So now that you probably have the triggers, you're now going to solve white and the first layer. When you are done, you believingly should have something that looks like this. First layer is completely solved. and then this face is also solved. So you're going to start manipulating these triggers.
What's that?
Me living my life. So choose any white corner. You have one right here. You want to check. Now make sure.
That's it as views.
So check to make sure you aren't looking at the one that's the color that's on the top, but to the side of the white corner. Get that diagonally to its center. So as you can see, you have this, and it's orange. So you want to turn it once, so it's at the orange side, and they're diagonal. So decipher which side it's on. Is it on the left or the right? In this case, it's on the left for me. The camera's mirrored. So I would do the left trigger. Now we have our one corner. Now you want to choose another corner. Now, if you have a corner that's facing up and not like right over here or something, like right here and out, then you want to do a trigger, but with a U2. I mean, just turn the top layer twice. So it's instead it's just right face up, top layer twice, and right face down. If you have a corner that's on the bottom, make it so that corner is away from you, like this, and then do just the normal trigger to plop it up. So continue doing what we just did to solve the white layer. So we have red.
You just saw they on first layer.
Yes, we are.
Ah, oh yeah.
So pretty much, so we have a corner, get it diagonally to red, then do because it's to the left, do the left trigger. Get this diagonally to red, it's on the right, so do the right trigger. And now you should have first layer done. Now we're going to do the second layer. Officially, you are super close. We're pretty much way over halfway done right now. I'm just getting the demonstration cube ready because I still don't have an editing software, so I can't just really cut this out. So when you're done, you should have something like this. The first two layers are completely solved. So how do we do this? So choose an edge, like an edge piece on the top layer that has no yellow on it. So choose it. You have it now. You want to get not the one on the top, we don't need that now, but the one facing towards you has to be over its center. When you're done, you should have a T. Also, it's okay if you have an edge like right here or right here. So once you have it, look at the one at the color on the top. Identify, is blue, in this case, is this top color on the left or on the right? In this case, it's on my left. So I'm going to turn it once with my left index finger and do the left trigger. I'm going to then turn it once with my right finger and then do the right trigger. Done. Look for another edge. In this case, we have it. T. It's green. So we have, it's green. Green's on the right. Turn it once away from the right with our right finger. Do the right trigger. Turn it once with our left index finger, and then do the left trigger. We have green and orange. On the top, it's orange. And orange is on the right. So we're going to turn it once with our right index finger and do the right trigger. And we're going to turn it once with our left index finger and then do the left trigger. And then our last edge, turn it once away, right trigger, left index finger, left trigger. Now you have what some people call F2L. It stands for first two layers. So now we're going to get the white cross. The yellow cross. And depending on what stage you're on, it'll look different. So in this case, when you complete this step, you're going to have this. So there are only 3 cases. If you just have only one dot, then you can just kind of do the algorithm. If you have a line, like a straight line, face the line, so it's like coming towards and away from you. And if you have this like L shape, you're going to make it so it's at the 12 and 9 spot on the clock. So first we have to discuss something called algorithms. Cube notation. So pretty much R stands for the right face clockwise. So R stands for the right face clockwise, which would be up for R. R prime means counterclockwise, which would be R down. U stands for the top face clockwise. And L would stand for the left face down, but yet L prime would be counterclockwise, so it would be up. F is the face that's facing toward you clockwise. F prime is the face that's facing towards you like counterclockwise. U2, F2, R2, D2, and B2 mean that face twice. It doesn't matter whether or not you do it with your left or right finger because it's a cube. Come on. And D would be left the down face clockwise. D prime would be with the lower layer counterclockwise. B would be the back clockwise, and then B prime would be the back counterclockwise. So pretty much, now that we have this settled, we can now do something called an algorithm. So an algorithm is just a set of these notations that you have to follow. So the first one is F, the front face clockwise. Then it's U, the top face clockwise. R, the right face clockwise. U prime, top layer counterclockwise. R prime, pretty much the R down. Then F prime,
which is F.
So,
is the face step.
If you have a dot, this will transition you into a line, and then the line will transition into an L. If you have an L, then you will have your cross. So if you have the L, 12 and 9 spots. Oh, not to you because this is a mirrored thing, but
it's the camera.
Yes, the camera. But then you would once again do F, U, R, U prime, R prime, F prime. So now, once you have your cross like this, doesn't matter if you have a corner or not, but so now what you would want to do is solve white.
This is the easiest algorithm.
So this is probably one of like the easiest ones to remember. So if you have a fish-looking thing, and face it into the bottom left. If you have this all solved, and then a dot right here, then you want to face that to the left. So it's like the dot's like pointing towards the left.
So that's, Preston calls it the fish for some reason.
This is the fish.
Yeah, I know.
If you have a cross with no corners, then look for the edge and then 2 of the same yellow corners, and then put that to the left. And finally, if you have 2 corners like this, it might take you a while and you'll advance, but you can do it from anywhere. So if you don't know, pretty much if you have the line, if you have like the cross and then like these 2 corners are solved, or these 2, then that would transition into these 6 blocks are solved, and then 1 right here. If you do the algorithm on that, it'll either turn into this where you have no corner right here that's facing towards you, or you'll have just a normal cross, and then if there's white and if there's yellow right here, that's what we would probably be, and if there was yellow right here, it would face to the left. So pretty much the algorithm for this is R, U, R prime, U, R, top face twice, R prime. Now you might have the fishy again, or you'll just get the fishy, put it in the bottom left corner, and then do R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. So now you want to look around and see and ask yourself,
Oh my god, the second time.
Do I have any matching corners? So do I have any red and red corners? Do I have any blue and blue, orange and orange, and green corners? If so, then put them in your left hand. If you don't, then what you'll have to do is put them, you can actually do this algorithm from wherever. So now the goal step is to get right here, the corner solved. And this is what it'll look like when you're done. So the algorithm for this one is L prime, left up, U, R, U prime, L, U, 2. No, just U. R prime, R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. So now you have these matching corners like headlights. You want to have them easy way remembering, put them right here. Put these in your left hand and then do L prime, which is left up, U, R, U prime, L, U, R prime, R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. And here you are. Now, if you don't have a solved side, then you can do it from anywhere on the cube and it will not matter, and then you'll just get that solved side. Yep. But if you do have a solved side, then
face it to the back.
Face it to the back. And also, this is the last algorithm. Solving the edges. When you're done, you should have something that looks like this. A solved cube.
Did you just do an H burn?
Alright, so the algorithm for this one, solved face in the back, is F2, U, L, R prime, F2, L prime, R, U, and finally F2.
And congratulations, everyone. You have solved your first cube.
You have solved your first 3x3 cube.
And then you get a timer, you get faster at the cube.
Then you get yourself a goody old timer and your solves and start to look like this. You scramble the cube,
and then you solve it.
Well, that is
it for today.
You take this camera, take this timer, you take your solved cube, you inspect a little bit.
You turn the timer on. You reset the timer.
You get a little bit of time to expect, and finally, Oh yes, I am also half taking this video as the opportunity to show off my cubing. I'm going to be using different algorithms because I use an advanced method called CFOP. So pretty much what I'll have to do is do different algorithms. But if you want to learn CFOP, that's not my doing. Just look up JPerm. Just look up JPerm, okay? That's what I suggest.
Who cares about JPerm? We're talking about the beginner method.
So pretty much just keep on solving. It's not a JPerm. Oh, it's an H-perm though. It doesn't count, right? Right? It doesn't count.
Okay, well, if you want to subscribe, you can.
Please subscribe. We're doing.
If you want to subscribe, tell your friend to subscribe. Because Brayden burped twice in this video.